welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the NECA Superman the movie Christopher Reeve 7-inch figure. Now I think that's what they calling it. If I'm not mistaken, they actually are calling the NECA Superman the movie figure, but they also adding Christopher Reeve into it too as well, you know. Now I am kind of excited I actually managed to find this figure because I know it has been getting rare and so on. So I was definitely excited that, you know, that I actually was able to find this, you know. Now, of course, this is based on the original Superman movie, which Christopher Reeve played Clark Kent Superman in, you know, from 1978. And I'm a fan of that film too, as well, you know. I was always a fan of the Christopher Reeve Superman anyway, you know. So I am definitely kind of excited about picking this one up. Now, as far as I know, he doesn't really have like that many accessories. I think he has like 2 accessories, you know. So I'm kind of curious about that, you know. I'm sure they could have gave him a couple more items, you know. But I'm going to just get into this right now, and I'm just going to talk about the figure itself. Now, first of all, as you can see, this right here is the actual box art for the figure. It has like this DC Comics collectible like icon up there. I think it's like a sticker, and you actually can see like the Christopher Reeve figure on the inside. I'm amazed at how much it looks like him. That is really awesome. The detail in that, the likeness, and it says where it has like the Superman symbol from like the movie, you know. He said the fortress, you know, all around like those like crystal things. And on the back it says Superman the movie, and it has like another image of the figure too right there, as you can see. It also has like a scripture on it too. It says, rocketed to Earth from the dying planet Krypton, baby Kal-El was found by a farming couple who named the boy Clark Kent and raised him as their own. Discovering his enormous powers, they installed in him strong moral values and inspired him to become a hero. Now disguised as Clark Kent, bumbling, mild-mannered reporter for the Daily Planet, he uses the powers given to him by Earth's yellow sun to wage a ceaseless battle against crime and injustice. Now it doesn't say what he had like at the bottom, like the usual accessories, but I'm going to open this on up and get into it. I like this packaging too, as by the way. As you can see, here's the background, which shows like images of like the Fortress of Solitude. So I'll probably be using this for like photography, like images. And as you can see, that's how it does look on the inside. You can see like the actual accessories that Superman has right there. He does have like 2 hands, and that's about it. Okay, as you can see, there's the NECA Superman, the movie Christopher Reeve figure right there. Like I said, he doesn't really have any like any kind of accessories, you know, which is kind of interesting. But you know, he really, you know, really does it, you know. I mean, but there are things I can see them actually giving the figure, you know, but they didn't give it to him, you know. So what I'm gonna do is just going to actually just measure him right now. Superman is about 7 inches. And I actually have him on the stand, you know, but yeah, he's about like a little over 7 inches with the stand. Yeah, actually, even yeah, he is like a little over 7 inches. Now what I'll do is actually talk about the actual articulation of the NECA Superman figure. Well, as you can see here, here's the actual figure. Now that likeness to Christopher Reeve is actually just unbelievable. Especially when you turn it from like an angle like that, that really does look like him. I'm amazed at like the detail and the likeness of Christopher Reeve with this figure. I even like how they have like the hair up there too as well. I think that's cool. You can even see like his blue eyes too very well. He has like them blue eyes like Christopher Reeve does. Even like this right here, like the material is good. Now I'm noticing like his arm right here on this side. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that or is it just my version that I have, you know. I noticed you can set the opening right there of it, you know. Whereas on this side you don't. But like how the symbol looks pretty good too as well. That's awesome. One thing I do know is you see like these lines in it too as well, you know. If you look real closely, there's like these lines going up and down it. So I'm kind of curious about that. There's arms too as well, and the boots, everything looks exactly like it did in the movie, you know. Even his cape, you know. I like that the cape is actually like a cloth material, because I'm not a fan of cloth figures, but I do like the idea that this cape is actually like cloth material, you know. I think that's kind of cool. I like how it has a symbol on the back too. I think that's awesome. As you can see, it's true. Because just think, if the cape was actually plastic, you wouldn't be able to actually move it around or anything like that. You couldn't like mess with it. So I think that's kind of cool that NECA chose to leave this like in cloth. Well, as you can see, Superman arms can raise up like that. As you can see, you can even bend them. I'm gonna just leave it there though. Cause I know this figure's kind of like old, like the. But as you can see, you can bend the arms, so they do have like articulation like in the arms. Even like the hand, can be turned too as well. Even like his head, you can turn it to like, like to the side, if you want, to the right, It can even look up too, kind of, it can look up, and it can look down too. The knees can be bent too. And as usual, like a lot of these figures, like you only could really bend like one knee like real good, but he does like have articulation in his knees for people who want to know, you can't like bend like Superman's knees. His feet can be turned too as well, as you can see. They have that tilt in it. Now the waist, it can't really turn that much, it's kind of limited, which kind of makes sense, And again, I like that the cape is like a cloth material, because, you can actually do stuff. I could even have this blowing in the wind if I want, like a fan or something, like for photography pictures, Awesome. But again, like the likeness to Christopher Reeve is just amazing with this figure. This probably is one of the best like head sculpts I ever seen for like a figure. That really does look like Christopher Reeve. Another thing I noticed, it does seem that Superman does stand on his own too as well, but I'll probably give him a stand or just test him out, but he does appear to stand on his own too. And as you can see, these are the only accessories that Superman has, which are like 2 flight hands. Well, I guess you could say flight, Now they are nicely detailed, like the wrinkles and stuff in the hands. I think that's kind of cool, But he has like 2 flight hands, one for the left and one for the right. And you can set the veins and the detail in the hands. Nicely done, And I bet it's like Christopher Reeve hands actually did look too. And as you can see, these were like the 2 hands that Superman did have on. Nicely detailed. Like I said, I bet this was how his hands actually looked at, And these are the 2 alternate hands that Superman had, which were like flight hands, I guess you could say. Like he's about to fly. Now, I actually had a dynamic action stand too, so I can actually put Superman like in flight poses too if I want, with the stand rest. So I'm going to just show that off right quick. And as you can see, you actually can have like Superman like in flight type poses, if you have like a dynamic dynamic figure stand, because this is actually from NECA to the stand. Okay, so there's the NECA Superman the movie Christopher Reeve figure. I would definitely recommend this figure if you're especially a fan of the Christopher Reeve version of Superman, I would definitely recommend picking this figure up. Now, he's light on accessories, and there are things it's like he should have had, for my opinion. But it kind of makes sense to actually, like, if they were just starting out doing Superman figures, like, to not yet really give him nothing, because it was really, I think, like, the further sequels when he started getting, like, more powers, like the heat vision, like, and like the breath and so on and so on. So it does kind of make sense, that he wouldn't have anything, But yeah, this is an awesome figure. This is probably one of the best like figures with actual likeness to like an actor that I have ever seen, you know, from like NECA. Like the likeness to Christopher Reeve is truly amazing and superb, and I would definitely recommend picking this figure up if you can't find it, because I know it has been getting like rare and rare to find, you know. So I'm so glad that I did pick this figure up, and this is my third favorite superhero of all time. Actually second if you go by DC Comics, you know, characters. He's actually my second favorite DC Comics superhero. Recommend picking this figure up, you know. Please leave a comment and subscribe to it as well. Dun, 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 dun. Ding 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 ding. Dun